This is the lady, Myya. Hello, you guys. I'm here with another podcast. And I have a very special guest. Okay, so her name is Clarissa Castillo-Ramsey. Okay, and she is a phenomenal individual. Okay, doctor. We got a doctor in the house. Okay, and so, but not only is she a doctor, she is a life coach and an artist. But so, my Mayan tribe, please welcome Clarissa. Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I am excited for you to be here, and my Mayan tribe, they're just waiting to hear everything that you have to say, and I appreciate your time. Okay, so my question is, give us, how did this thing start? Like, everything kind of starts for a reason, and people are where they are for such a reason. I would like to know that story.
Yeah. Well, I'd be happy to share. And I'm going to take it back to my childhood because that's where I feel like everything begins, right? And I'll just
Right.
try and like shorten it so I'm not talking forever. But I knew from a very young age, I identified as an artist. I loved to paint, I loved to draw, I loved to sketch, and my parents loved giving me art supplies. And I painted um, pictures and loved to show them to friends and family that would come over. So that was always my love. And in school, that was the class that I always gravitated to. But another thing as a little child that I guess just was always part of my being was really caring for other people. And I never liked to see another child by themselves or like feeling like they were on the outside. I remember starting school and a new family would come in, and I could just see like the new kids feeling uncomfortable. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to be this person's friend. And so I have always been that friend that people go to for advice and and just be a sounding board. And so those two things have really been at the core of who I am, is just somebody creative and somebody who's like a life coach, which is what I love doing. And so that is really where it all started.
That is amazing. Okay, so when you were in school, you were always being friends to those that seemed to be kind of not so into what was going on yet. But I think it's really important to be the type of person to just be like, you know what, it's okay. Let me show you the ropes. Let's do this together. And I think that is an amazing thing. We need more like that in this world. We really do. We
Oh,
really do.
yes.
We do. Okay, with that gave you the notion to be a psychologist.
Yes. So let me continue my story with that. Um, and I should also say, as an artist, although that's what I love to do, I remember
Mhm.
also having a conversation with my mom about that. And she said, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "Oh, I want to be an artist." And my parents are doctors, they're physicians. And so my mom was like, you need to pick a new career because you're not going to make money as an artist. I mean, and I was 5, and she was like, "You're not going to make money as an artist. You'll be rich after you're dead, and then you'll be famous after you're gone. And so you need to pick a new career." And so I was like, "Oh my God." And at that young age, you're so impressionable. And I just remember thinking like, okay, I can't really be an artist. I can only do that for fun. That's something I can't make money doing. So that kind of crushed me um, for a bit. And so I came and went with that piece. Now the psychology part, when I went to undergrad, when I went to college, I didn't, as a, how old are you? 18, 19, whenever you normally go in, if you're going to go in right after high school. I didn't know what the heck I was, who am I? I didn't really, I mean, I knew what I was interested in, but I also didn't have that confidence at that young age to really be like, I'm going to pursue art. I'm going to pursue, you know, working with people. I wanted to make my parents happy. I wanted to make them proud. I think like so many young people do, especially in the Asian community. I'm
Mhm.
Filipino, and you want to make your parents and your family proud. So I took up marketing. I thought, oh, that's creative. That's a creative side of business. And then I took up human resource management because that's the people side of business.
Right.
And college was super hard for me. I just felt like this isn't completely what I really wanted to do, but it'll do. And there was one class in college that I totally loved, and it was called organizational behavior. And that is tied to my doctorate. But back then, I went to school in college in the early 90s, to age myself. Yep, early 90s. And organizational behavior is all about how people behave in an organization. It's all about, getting the best out of human capital.
Mhm.
And, but it was a new field. And I just still didn't have the confidence to really pursue that career path back then. So what
Mhm.
happened was I graduated, I got my jobs, I did, different jobs here and there. And then it wasn't until like the early 2000s that I said, you know what? I want to go back to school for me. I'm going to carry on the doctor tradition in my family, not being a medical doctor, but pursuing a different kind of doctorate. And that's when I decided to go back for organizational psychology, which is related to organizational behavior. And that's how I got onto this path. It didn't come back around until many years later, but here I am.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. I mean, since you were so young and that was something that gravitated to you, as you got older and trying to figure it out. That makes sense though. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Okay. So are you happy with that?
Yes. So I'm working a full-time job,
Mhm.
and I'm also building my own private coaching clientele. And I do workshops and things like that, which we can talk about later. But what I love about the work that I do is really just helping people transform and
Mhm.
helping people see new possibilities in themselves that maybe they didn't have before. And I love your show because it's all about living your best life, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm here for as well.
Mhm.
And so at work, you know, maybe you love what you do, but maybe you have something else that you're also interested in.
Mhm.
So I like helping people just kind of tease that out and just explore what lights you up, what brings you joy.
Exactly.
And so I have a team of how many people are on my team? 5, 6, and I just love helping develop them and just help developing other people at work, like new leaders.
Right.
So yes, I do love that, and I know for myself that my end game is really to work for myself
Mm.
and be my own boss, and it's stuff that I have talked about with my own boss, and so I feel like it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, we want
Yes.
everyone to have something, something that they're going to be happy with and fulfilled with. Because I think it's better to have it that way rather than them stressing out and just kind of malfunctioning on something that they
Right.
didn't really want to do in the first place. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
that makes
Yes.
sense. Okay, tell us about the program, please.
Yes. So I have a couple different things, a couple different programs. One is my signature course called, it's just a vision board workshop. So I think that creating new possibilities all starts with dreaming and creating that vision, right? Creating that vision for yourself. What is it in your life that you want to achieve? So that is like the foundation. And that's how people can get to know a little bit about me and how I work with other people.
Mhm.
That's an entry point, is through that vision board workshop.
Right.
And I started doing my 2021 workshops already. So you know, I'll be doing that all throughout, for the next several months. And then my coaching program is one-on-one, and really depending on like what you need. I offer a couple different packages, time length wise, so 3 month or 6 month, just depends on the individual. And
Mm.
really what I do is just take them through I have a 5-step framework that I call painting your path. Painting your path 5-step framework. And and that's what I lead people through, and I'm happy to share it with you. And it's not rocket science, but we just have to do the work. So the
Mm.
first step is called dream. So what is your dream? I think people get so wrapped up in doing, go, go, go. They don't stop and really just ask themselves, who am I? Before we recorded, we were talking about, who am I? What do I want? And, really leading people through that. And then step two is, okay, decide. So you have all these dreams, you have all these goals. You can't do 20 million things. I mean, you could, but you're really not going to get far with any of them, right?
Mm-mm.
And so then step two is really decide. Okay, put a stake in the ground. This is what I want to accomplish, and decide. And then step three is really to plan,
Mm.
because failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yes.
And right. And so you need to have your 30, 60, 90. I like to work in quarters. So what's your 30-day goal, 60-day goal, 90-day goal? And
Mm.
get that all planned out. And then step four, I call be brave. It's all
Mm.
about being in action. So you might have a dream, which is awesome, you need to, but it's not going to become reality if it's just in your mind or you've
Mm.
just journaled about it. That is absolutely fundamental, but you've got to be in action. And so
Yes.
being brave is, no matter what, getting out of that comfort zone of life and living business as usual, being on the hamster wheel, and be brave, take action. And then my
Mm.
last step, I call assess. So you want to take a step back after your 30, 60, 90, weekly, however, you want to design it, but you've got to take a look back and assess. And okay, did I accomplish my goal? I mean, that's the easy thing. You don't need to make it complicated. It's just a yes or no. Did I accomplish what I set out to do? No. Okay. What can I do to reframe and carry it forward for the next month? And that's it. So that has really been my process to help people move forward.
I think that's really, really a spectacular thing. Just kind of really setting those intentions and being intentional what you were trying to do. Um, I think that's so super important because a lot of people, they say they want to do something different and then they just don't get the opportunity to. Or the other side of that coin is that they don't know how to. So now
Right.
it's just like we have to go, we have to look, we have to research, we have to watch more of the people that have what we want,
Exactly.
entertain or maybe teach us something new. And I think those are, just really, really good points to make as well. I love your program. I really do, because
Thank
I think that
you.
is it really just it gives you a lot more to really think about as you go forward, and you just don't want to be unhappy, because you really can't do anything efficiently if you're totally unhappy. So I think that
Yes.
is an excellent thing for you. The 30-day, 60-day, and the 90-day. I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, tell me about the art program, because I was super blown away about that one.
Oh yeah. So I actually with one of my coaches, and I also want to say, if you want to get to the next level with yourself, invest in yourself. Invest in
Mhm.
yourself. It is worth it. So one of my coaches, I get her newsletter every month, and she was talking about this 30-day art challenge that she has been doing forever. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this too. And so for the month of November, I have been drawing, not drawing, I've been painting every single day. And I
Mhm.
gotta tell you, Myya, it has been so awesome and so amazing because that has become part of my morning routine. And it is like my meditation. It is my favorite pastime. It is how I start the day, and I start it in creation.
Hmm.
Um, so it really is just, and anybody can do this. Artists, not artists, it doesn't matter. But so I have been painting every day. Sold a painting yesterday, by the way. Um, one of my friends was like, "Ooh, I want that. Is that for sale?" It's all for sale. Um, and so I've been doing that, and I painted my painting today, and I think I'm going to continue it. And I think there's so much power in starting from creation
Mhm.
versus, just waking up, doing the same thing over and over again and being in that routine, because then we're just creating the past. We're creating a day that has, probably already happened, meaning that we get sucked into our to-do list. We get sucked, oh, I got to meet with this person and that person. And then you're kind of a bit bogged down. Whereas what I love about creating in the morning every day is it's just something new. It's something new, and it really opens up the pathway for new possibilities to come into your life.
Yeah. What has that done for you? Like, I mean, just, a testimonial as to,
Yeah.
how that helped you.
It's been amazing. It just helps me get recentered because, we can all get bogged down. I'm not, immune to that. We can all like, oh gosh, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And really, by starting the day off with a painting and just really coming from a not knowing and coming from a blank slate, if you will, it just has helped keep me even keel, um, throughout the rest of the day. And when I
Mm.
can start off like that, I just feel like I'm more open to, whatever's coming my way and not so reactive.
Mm. Do you find that at least your energies are like, you know, a lot more risen as opposed to not doing the art?
Yes, for me as an artist, it
Right.
just is my identity. And it's just something so fun, like something so fun and freeing for me.
Yes.
Yeah, and to start off the day like that is just like, all right, I'm ready to take on the day.
I love that though, because like when you can free your mind that way, it just makes, it makes more sense to do so, because there's going to be so much more in your day that you're going to have to bring into your brain, and to just allow that to come out before you even get to that point. I think that helps that woosah moment come a little bit better.
Yes, yes,
No,
yes.
certainly. Okay. So how can we be a part of the programs that you do have?
Well, you can always just reach out to me. directly through, I'm always on Instagram, and my handle, I'll leave my handle. It's at CCR_sunshine. And you can really find out all about what I'm up to through social media there. And also, if I could share, I've got a couple of different Facebook groups.
Okay.
And one of them is called Self-Care Leadership with Pat and Clarissa. Pat is a friend of mine from grad school. And the other one is called From Employee to Entrepreneur Mindset. So if you just type those in Facebook, you'll see my face, and I would love for you to join. It's free. And in the mindset group, we really just talk about, it's really a lot about mindset, because I'm sure you can attest to this, Myya, the mindset that you need to have working for yourself.
Yes.
And self-care leadership is just something I'm so passionate about, because we're all leaders in our life. No matter if we have a title or not, it doesn't matter. And we also need to take care of ourselves, because if we aren't okay, how can we take care of others if we can't take care of ourselves? And we need to fill up our cup first. That is not selfish. It's necessary.
It is. It really is. It truly
Yes.
is so necessary. We can't give what we don't have.
That's right.
And it's so important for us to remember that. Like, you can try, but you'll either one, be hurting, or two, you'll just be drained, and you can't really do anything else for nobody else.
Yes, that's
not
right.
good.
Not good, not good.
No, let's not. Okay, so we were talking, and I think it was so important with what we were saying, because I couldn't wait to start recording. I was like, come on, go ahead and record. And we were talking about how people are wearing, or the people around us are wearing a physical mask, but at the same time, that mental mask, as well. And how, we've seemed to put layers on top of this mask, just to, make everything seem like it's okay, and different things like that. But now we're starting to forget or lose ourselves in having those masks on. And we were having that discussion. It was deep, y'all.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we were talking, and it really comes from just our lives. And I don't how old your viewers are, but I'm almost 50. And so I have, been carrying on, a mask for my family, let's say, and like just my programming from them, like masks from, like, how do I want to appear at school? I want to be that good girl student, and that. And then just also being, like, growing up Catholic with my family, and okay, I got that on too. And just with teachers, and just there's just so many things that happen in our lives that we feel like we need to look a certain way, be a certain way. And and there was this self-development course that I took, and it has stuck with me like till now. And they said, who are you? Are you trying to just look good, or are you trying to make a difference? Be that person who's making a difference. And just understand, everybody's trying to look good to some degree, but those who are really going to be fulfilled are going to do what they love and make a difference for somebody else, be in service for somebody else. And and I think it all just starts with that self-awareness, like, okay, this doesn't feel good. I'm not feeling good in my body or my mind. And that is like a cue. That is a sign. Like, okay, this is not really who I am.
Right. But I think it's because, how you were saying it, we do need to probably get into groups that will allow us to like really just have those emotions and be okay with those emotions. You have so many people, like you said, wear a mask, and how I want you to see me, how I want to be, or I'm too fearful to show you who I really am. And I think that is so, so important. I'm gonna definitely have to get into one of your groups, honey, because I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Because I think it's important, and it's definitely things that need to be said or talked about, or what have you, or at least let people know that you're not alone. You're not the only
Right.
one.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Right.
Yes. I think it's amazing, to have that type of thing, and just to kind of, just kind of work with it, to figure it out. Let's do this together. Nobody's gonna see you any kind of way that you don't want them to see you.
Right.
But it's got to be a safe space for so many people, and you got so many different personalities, and you're doing things like that. So.
Right. Yeah. And I love what you said about, feeling emotions, because I think we also label emotions as good or bad, and then there are certain ones that we don't ever want to show.
Right.
And that's not good either, because then when you stuff it, I mean, hey, I've learned the hard way, because this has happened to me, where in my household, you really couldn't really be angry. You couldn't really show sadness or show, you know, those kinds of emotions. But when you stuff it down so much, it's going to come up in a place you don't want it to come up, in a meeting, maybe at work or at a party, or, random, because you're not dealing with it. And so we have to, be okay. I know it's easier said than done, but feel the feels, feel the feels. There's a
Yeah.
reason why we have that saying,
Feel the
right?
feels.
Feel the feels.
I like that. Feel the feels. I mean, most of the people that I know that talk about feel the feels, they're more so like, well, I can feel the feels after I have this glass of wine, dear heart.
Right.
You need a
Yeah.
buffer.
Right. Yeah. A little liquid courage.
Yes. Uh, but I think it's important to let people know, you're not alone.
For
Here's
sure.
some other avenues to possibly get you comfortable. You may want to kind of put your toe in the water, and just test to see if that's okay, because it's okay to just have a a few places to check out to see what you
That's
are going
right.
to be comfortable with, because don't go with the first thing, because that can be not a good thing at all, and you're like,
Right.
oh, that's it, I'm never going to find, I'm never going to do this again. But now you're just being, you're not being proactive for your own self. So
Right. Yes.
I love it. I love it, man. I wish we had a glass of wine right
Oh,
now.
that would be fun.
No. I love when I had those type of interviews. Oh, there it go.
Oh,
It
me
goes.
too.
It goes.
You know what? I'm gonna have you on I do interviews as well, Lady Myya, on Thursdays.
Okay.
Um, so we'll have to book you on mine, so I can interview you, and we will have a glass of wine.
Yeah. I'll make sure I have my glass of wine. Yes, I will.
Yes.
Have some fun. You gotta let your shoulders hang sometimes. You can't just be,
I
okay, I
know.
gotta do this and I gotta do that. But yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
Let's
gotta
not do
let your hair down. Yeah.
that.
And just be free. Gotta have a
Exactly.
good time. Life's too short.
I think you're absolutely amazing. Tell us what other programs that you're looking forward to doing.
Well, I think it's too early to say, but I mean, I
Right.
love having my groups, and that's a great place to, get to know me, get to know other entrepreneurs and other leaders. Um, I will probably do some kind of creativity something. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be in the works probably for next year.
Mhm.
I didn't share this with you, but I wrote a book, which I'll just show real quick. It's called
Ooh,
Painting Your Path.
painting. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. And I interviewed 21 women, entrepreneurs, and it was just all about their journeys, leaving the corporate world, leaving, you know, something that they really didn't want to do for what they're
Mhm.
passionate about. Or, maybe it was like leaving an old marriage that was not serving them. So it's these women's stories. And I created an art piece with each of the interviews.
Mhm.
And I know I'm going to be doing more writing. So I'm going to be doing more writing. I'm
Mhm.
also going to be working on a journal, because I'm a big journal. I love,
Me too.
writing, talking about like remembering my dreams and writing them down. So I'm going to be doing, creating a journal for, creatives. And so that is in the works for, it'll come out 2021. So that's kind of what I'm
Nice.
up to.
She's busy, y'all.
I know, but it's all like fun stuff. Yes, I'm
I
busy.
Yes, and it's so fun though. Like it's so like not so strong armed and like oh I have
Yeah,
to be a certain way, and I think that is so important because like I even we got connected together today and I'm like yeah no it doesn't matter. It's cool.
yeah,
And
it
you're
doesn't
like
matter.
really like
Yeah,
yeah it's
yeah,
okay.
we're just gonna have fun. Yes, and so, and you know what? There's one other thing that I'm doing that I forgot to share, but so I put together a speaker summit in September. And
Mhm.
these were all, the name of it was From Employee to Entrepreneur, because that's the path that I'm on. So I'm going to do that again in the spring. And it's just a great, it's free. It'll be a free event where people can learn about entrepreneurship. So that I'm going to be doing, that'll probably launch March or April 2021.
Okay. No, that
Yes.
that sounds amazing to me. Like, wow, you are busy. You're a busy bee. But I think that is amazing. I think you have that much more energy when you're doing something that you truly wanted
That's
to do in
right.
the first place.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like work.
Exactly, exactly. I do these things because I want people to see that you don't have to stay where you're not happy at. You
That's
can do
right.
something that will give you life. Okay, when I say life, I'm not talking about like you did. I'm
Right.
talking about like you see things differently. You approach things differently. You're more inquisitive. These things are so impressive, and then at the same time, there's so much needed in where we are right now because everybody's
Yes.
kind of they're not handling everything the way that we would normally. But then you had work and you had loud noises. You got this person yanking on you and that person yanking on you, and now it's just now they don't know how
Yes.
to handle. And I
Right?
think that it's hey, you can do something. You get your business off the ground.
Yes, that's
Look,
right.
you see
That's
flowers.
right. Yeah. You do you. You do you. Right?
It's important because you really have to. Don't lose yourself. Don't
Right.
do because you are here for a reason. There's someone
Yes.
that needs to hear what you have to say,
That's right.
and or and my favorite thing is you're here to inspire that person that's supposed to go all the way.
Oh, I love that.
Go and do
Love
it.
that.
Go
Yes.
forth and
Yes,
conquer.
yes, yes. Yes. Do it, do it. Don't
I
wait. Don't
I
wait.
know, I know. So you know what? My Mayan tribe is waiting on you. Please give us some words of wisdom as we before we go.
Oh, yes, you got it. You know what? You really can be, do, and have anything you want. It all starts here with imagination. Whatever
Mhm.
you can see in your mind, you definitely can create and make a reality. So if you've got that idea, you've got that you know, yearning, burning to do something, that's your intuition, your little voice urging you to take action. And I just want to say you can do it. If I can reinvent myself, we didn't get into all of that, but if I can reinvent myself like 10 times, so can you. And you can always do whatever you love. You really can.
Right. Oh, I love that. That is so. I need to. I'm gonna have to take this recording, and I'm gonna have to like just get that clip and put it over. Put it overall.
It's a good reminder for me too.
It really is. And you know, it's so important and it's so imperative for us to hear things that would give us, you know, just a better perspective, and then to at the same time give us hope. You know, we just need that. That's all we need. Well, I appreciate you. I thank you for your
Thank
time,
you.
your
This was
effort, and
fun.
your energy. You rocked it, girl. You did
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thanks for making this fun. I loved it.
No. Well, you helped. You know, you definitely helped. Okay, Mayan tribe, you know what the deal is. We're gonna get to going. I want to thank her and thank you so much for your time, efforts, and energies. I definitely want everyone to take something from this. If not, take the whole thing, but take something.
Yes.
But yes, we can all do something better with our lives, and you know, only you can be the person to stop you from being somebody that you need to be. So I say this. You know, I'm on Patreon now. You guys, if y'all can help a sister out just a smidget, greatly appreciated. Because what we're trying to do is trying to get funded for the other things. So you know, it's not just a radio station, it is the TV show. TV show starts in January. So excited, want so much for you guys to see and just experience. And you know how goofy I am. Y'all know it's gonna be kind of hilarious just to laugh at me and how I respond, because you know that's just one of those things. But definitely want to just have more content for you guys, and I hope that everything works out. Everything is in the description below. If you have anything that y'all want to share, testimonials even, please, you can always hit me up on my email, which is the number one, ladymyya@gmail.com. And you know how to spell Myya, Myya. And you know why? Because your home girl is special. Love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a most wonderful day.